Well, phase one of the China trade deal has been agreed upon. So, Derrell, do you see any opportunities for beef in that trade deal?
Well, I do think this opens up new possibilities for the U.S. It's the first step, probably of several steps. If the situation in China is such that China has been the fastest growing beef market, they are the biggest beef importing country in the world now. And then when you add on the additional protein demand in China as a result of African swine fever, there's a lot of opportunity for U.S. beef. And so this phase one deal gives us better access in terms of the kinds of products that we can export there. We're moving down that road. We still have to work on some tariff issues and other things.
Moving to a different part of the world, Australia is having those devastating brush fires, but has that impacted beef markets at all?
Well, it will have some impact. Really, the brush fires are more a symptom of the broader drought issues in Australia. Now, the fires themselves, I've seen reports out of Australia that would suggest about 9% of the Australian cattle herd is in areas severely impacted by the fires, another 11% or so in areas somewhat impacted by the fires. But as a result of the drought that got to the point where we're having the fires, Australia's cattle herd is severely drawn down. Their ability to produce and export is going to be severely limited for the next few years. So that will impact beef markets.
Well, that it's going to impact global beef markets, but will that ripple effect move to the U.S.?
Well, it probably will. The U.S. imports a lot of beef from Australia, typically processing beef for our ground beef market. When you combine the restricted production of beef in Australia with the fact that they're also shipping a lot more beef to China right now to meet that growing demand in China, it may have some changes or some implications for at least the sources and the flows of beef products that we would use in the U.S.
So the USDA released a crop outlook recently. What do you expect for hay production in 2020?
Well, going into 2020, we have hay stocks nationwide that are a little bit bigger. USDA released numbers on 2019 production. It was up nationwide. It was up in Oklahoma, although Oklahoma's December 1 hay stocks were actually down year over year. However, the region around us, Missouri, Kansas, Arkansas, Texas, all have larger hay stocks. So nationwide, generally, and certainly in this region, I think hay supplies are adequate. We've had some questions about quality, and that may be an issue that producers are dealing with. We had a lot of wet weather last year that made it difficult to put up higher quality hay, but it looks like overall supplies are pretty good as we go into 2020. Regionally, hay stocks appear to be pretty adequate.
All right, thanks, Derrell. Dr. Derrell Peel, Livestock Marketing Specialist here at Oklahoma State University.